Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rabya and welcome to a brand new video for me. So today we're going to be going over how I like to perfect my under eyes. And I did get a new product. I just purchased these Live Tinted Huesticks. So I got them in a few different shades, and then I'm going to be trying the shade Rise as my under eye like dark circle corrector, and then I have a few other shades that I'm going to try out as like contour and blush. So I'm really excited to give these a try and also just share some of my tips and tricks on how to get perfectly concealed under eyes. So if you guys are excited for this video, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and sharing with a friend. And with that, you guys, let's just get into the video. So we are starting off the makeup with the eyebrows already on, and my skin is already prepped. So I am going to suggest that you do go in with a really nice under eye cream. The one I've been loving currently is the Belief Moisturizing Eye Balm. Because there's going to be so many products going on underneath of your eyes, you want to just make sure it's really moisturized so it's not going to wrinkle or cake up with all the products. Now on my skin, I'm going to go in with this Live Tinted, I don't know what these are called. They're like multi-sticks, Huesticks. And I'm going in with the shade Rise, which is a nice orange. And I'm just going to lightly put some of this underneath of my dark circles. I've been suffering with like insomnia lately. I don't know, like I don't sleep at night, so I feel like my dark circles are popping. But I'm just gonna put on a little bit because orange is really hard to cover, and you only want to put on as much as you need to cover the darkness. You don't want to go overboard. And I also have some darkness around like my lip lines, smile lines. So I'm gonna put a little bit right there. Go in with a foundation brush and push this into the skin. You don't want to blend this because you want to keep this pretty much focused where you have the darkness. You don't want to move this all the way around your skin. I've done that before, and it's just like it made my whole face look like it had an orange hue. So you just really want to concentrate on pushing it into your skin. I like to use a foundation brush because I feel like the leftover little bits of foundation on the brush help kind of blend that orange in so you can see like it's not a super harsh orange. You just want to go in with your favorite foundation. I'm going to go in with the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. It's my favorite. I'm just going to pump a little bit of this onto the back of my hand. I've been loving going in with a brush lately. I just feel like it gives me a lot better coverage. So I mean, I do apply it with a brush, but then I still go over top with a beauty sponge just to make sure everything's really nicely blended. And I've noticed that with a brush, I've been using a lot less product. I burned myself right here. But yeah, anyways, as I was saying, with a brush, I feel like I go in with a lot less because I've been wanting to look a little bit more natural with my makeup. I don't want to look too heavy. So I've been enjoying that. Now I'm going to go in with the Live Tinted Hue Stick in the shade Grounded. This is one of their news. It's a nice like chocolate brown. I'm basically going to use this product just to cream contour a little bit. Just around everywhere that I typically cream contour. I've been contouring a little bit higher on my cheekbones. Usually I would follow my natural cheekbone, but I've been kind of just going up a little bit higher. These again are really super creamy, like it glides on to the skin like butter. And I'm just gonna go ahead and push that product in. Whenever you're blending out contour, you always wanna go in the direction that you want the contour to be. So for example, like with your cheeks, I'm pushing it in, but I'm kind of just like making sure to pull it up in my face because I want to keep this part clear. I'm just gonna do that, and then with the temples, if you do have to contour your forehead, if you have a small forehead, you don't have to worry about this, but I always just make sure I push in and then push back into the hairline so that you just don't want your product moving everywhere, because then sometimes then the contouring will have like the opposite effect of what you're trying to do. I like the shade of it. I feel like it's a very natural shade on my skin tone. Like I feel like it's giving me a structure, but it's not super dark and like makeup-y. Then for my nose and lip, I do like to just go in with something a little smaller. And like I mentioned before, I like to blend my nose contour up into my brows just so that it's not like just two harsh lines or two lines on the sides of my nose. I like to just blend it into the brow so it kind of just follows the natural shape of your nose. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to concealer. I do just like to shape out my face before going in with concealer, so that's why I went in with the contour. And I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way in the shade Natural Beige. And I'm just going to basically, I don't want to use too much because there's already that color corrector down there. So I want to really highlight in here. So in that little pocket right next to my nose. And also I like to use this space to kind of enhance that nose contour. So I do just kind of hug the sides of my nose a little bit. And then I'm going to just drag some on this outer corner to lift my eyes a little bit. And then, I mean, once you start blending it, you're going to get a full blend there, but I just don't like to go in with too much right away. And then I'm going to go down the bridge of my nose, the center of my forehead. I'm going to keep this low so that it doesn't make my forehead look too big. Then I'm going to just dot a little bit on the tip of my nose and on my chin. So now that I have that blended out, I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. sponge. I think this is their concealer sponge. I'm just going to tap that concealer out. And I think I mentioned it, but I use this in the shade Natural Beige. And just kind of focusing this outer corner in an upwards motion. And then just gonna tap everything else in place too. Now this is like where it gets a little extra with my under eyes because they're so dark. I like to like kind of double powder it. So first I like to go in with something that's pressed. So I feel like I say this a lot. This is my Wet n Wild contour kit in the shade Dulce de Leche. This yellow is just perfect for medium skin tones. And I like to just push this underneath of my eyes. I'm going to push that in place. And I'm also just going to kind of put it everywhere that I highlighted with that concealer. So I kind of apply enough to where it looks like there's a little bit of a bake going on, but then I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder and mix in a little bit of this Fenty banana powder. So I basically just kind of put the Laura Mercier into the lid of it. Because the Fenty powder is already a little bit out like that. And I just dip the sponge that I'm using into that Fenty powder, and then I go in to the lid of the Laura Mercier powder. And then I'm just going to bake with this. And this is again like super full coverage airbrushed look. Usually day to day I only do the Wet n Wild contour palette and it works just fine. When I want to look super flawless and super airbrushed, and this baking technique also makes your pores, if you have like a lot of pores right here, which I do, and I push it in there, like it kind of closes it up. So I'm just going to leave that there, and then I'm also just going to take a little tiny bit down the bridge of my nose, just so that looks super tiny, and then a little bit on my chin. I'm going to let that sit for not very long. I don't like to let it sit there for very long. So now I'm just going to go back in with this grounded shade on my eyelid. I'm going to blend it out with that same brush. I'm just pushing. Okay, so this step is totally optional. You don't have to do it, but I am just going to go in with any palette, any brown. I'm going in with the Artist Couture Midnight Maven palette. I'm going to dip into a little bit of this Rebel and Frisky shade. And I'm just going to set that brown down. I feel like it's nice if you like satiny eyeshadows, that grounded shade alone on your lids. It kind of gives like the look of just natural, if you had dark eyelids. It kind of, to me, it mimics that. Which I personally, sometimes I like having darker lids because it looks like I have eyeshadow on when I don't. And then I do actually really love just a nice brown smoke to your eye. And the eyeshadows are blending really nicely on top of that base. Right after that, I'm going to go in and dust off the bake. I really don't like to have this sit on my skin for too long because even though I have oily skin, I just feel like this dries out my eyes if I let it sit for too long, and it makes me just look super wrinkly. Then you just want to take any of your favorite setting sprays. Mine is the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus, and this is in the coconut shade, and just mist your face down. Right after you mist it, you want to just give it a few seconds to sit there, and then you're going to go in with the clean part of your sponge and just push in the product just to make sure there's no wrinkles underneath of your eyes. And again, if you are a little bit older, if you do have just wrinkly under eyes, like, which is normal, you want to just do this step because it helps you push in those powder products really nicely so you don't see that powder and it doesn't just sit on your skin. And I like to just go over the entirety of my face. And I'm going to go in with another Huesticks. This is another new shade for them. This is True. I'm just going to apply that to the apples of my cheeks. And then I'm just going to go in with a brush and blend that out. This product is so creamy. I did just go in with a little bit more because I've been liking to take my blush a little bit higher, but this product's just so creamy. It blends out so nicely, and I really like the tone of this pink. It's like a pinky mauve color, which will be perfect for fall. And I'm going to go in with that same True shade on my lips. I'm just going to finish off this look with some mascara. The first one I grabbed, this is the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir, and I'm only going to apply this to my upper lash line. Okay, guys, and that is how I like to cover up my dark circles. I really hope that you guys found that helpful. I did keep the rest of the makeup pretty simple. One, because I really wanted to try out these lip tinted Huesticks, and I really do think these are great multitasking products. I feel like I used it on my eyes, my face, and my lips, and they are very creamy, really easy to blend out. If you want to go a little bit more glam with it, you probably, if you just let it sit on your skin for a little bit, it'll probably leave a little bit more depth in your face. And if you're trying to just do something quickly and easily, like, these are great. Like, I feel like you could even blend these out with your fingers on the go. So I'm really excited for that, and I'm so excited to be supporting a brown girl owned brand. And then the second reason is because I wanted you guys to see, like, you don't have to do like a full glam makeup look for you to do like a full concealing of your under eyes. I feel like people just think like it has to look really heavy, and I really hope that this shows that you don't have to do heavy makeup in order to get a really nice under eye concealed makeup look. Like, I feel like the skin looks very soft. It still looks like skin. So if you did enjoy the video, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and sharing with a friend. And please also follow me on Instagram. I am at Rab's Beauty on there. So please go and show me some love over there. And with that, you guys, I will catch you in my next video. Have a wonderful, beautiful day. Bye.